Okay. Alright, we're just gonna start in a seated position with your butt back onto your heels. And you'll just kind of like relax a little bit. Maybe some nice big shoulder circles. Or maybe like a neck roll. And start taking some nice deep breaths. Alright, and then we'll go ahead and bring your arms out in front, hands on the ground in front of you, and we'll just take one arm and reach up to the sky, just get a big stretch. And then twist down underneath your armpit. Taking some deep breaths, holding this stretch here for a second. And then twisting back up. And back through under your armpit, and you can just rotate through reps at your own speed, holding the stretch, or maybe just finding some movement that feels good. And then we'll switch arms. Getting a good stretch in each spot, and then just rotating or cycling through reps, I guess. Don't switch sides, but whatever feels good.
Y'all, just as a heads up, if I go off camera, it's because if it starts raining, I have to put my camera in my pocket, but I'll still be here. But that's just what's gonna happen if it starts raining.
I love that. Thanks for letting us know.
Yeah. I hope it doesn't start raining on you.
And then we'll get our arms out in front, and you can kind of spread your knees out a little bit, and we'll go into a child's pose or whatever feels good, kind of like pushing your chest toward the ground as much as you can. Trying to push your butt down. My butt always tries to fly up. And then you're going to go ahead and put your hands on the ground, pull your butt up so that your hips are high and you're on your hands and knees. And then we'll do a little cat-cow. So arching your spine, tucking your chin, and then dropping your chest down, pulling your shoulder blades together, sticking your tail up. And continuing to take some nice deep breaths and cycling between the cat and the cow. However feels good to you. Maybe adding some like side to side or back and forth. Just whatever feels good. But continuing to just take some nice big deep breaths. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and tuck your toes under and pull your hips up high, straightening out your legs and pushing back into a little bit of a down dog. You know, you all know my down dog looks kind of just, I don't know, not so great. But just trying to keep your hips high, bending your knees if you need to, getting that stretch in your hamstring, arms straight, chest down. And then we'll take your right hand and tap your left foot, and then place it back down, and then left hand to right foot. And you can kind of hold here if you want for a second, or maybe you just want to alternate between and keep moving. Whatever feels good. Alright, and then we're gonna plant one foot, and then you're gonna stick the other one up in the air. And you're gonna just push back and reach up as high as you can with that leg. Big stretch. And then you'll just bring it forward and step through and drop your back knee. And so now we're just kind of like a deep lunge stretch. Just hang out here for a second. And again, taking some nice deep breaths. And just holding or kind of moving around a little bit. Whatever feels good. Alright, then that back foot, we'll tuck our toes back under again and bring your hips up high. And then we'll just step your foot back so that we're kind of in like a plank position. And then we'll go ahead and drop your knees back down again and push back into child's pose again. So a nice good stretch here. And then pulling forward so that your hips are high and then tucking your toes under to go back into down dog again. And now we'll kick up that other leg and reach back with it, big stretch. And then bringing it through, knee forward, kicking it through, and then dropping your back knee. And then we can kind of hang out and stretch out on this side. Tuck that back toe again, so that back knee is up, and then bring your front foot back into plank, and then just go ahead and drop your knees down, and push into child's pose again. Okay, we're gonna go through that a couple more times, but this time we're gonna just try to flow through without stopping for too long in any one spot. So we'll come back up to hands and knees, and then tucking your toes under, hips back, legs straight into down dog. And then that first leg, we're gonna kick up and back, and then bring it through, into that deep lunge. And then we're not going to drop that back foot. We're just going to hang out here for just one breath. And then we're going to bring that foot back again to plank. And then knees down. Child's pose. Back forward, rolling up into downward dog. Hips up high and back. Other leg, kick back. And then bring your knee up and through into like a lunge, but you're not dropping that back leg. And then that foot brings back to plank again, and then knees down. Child's pose, we'll do one more time each side. So coming all the way up into down dog. And then kicking that one leg up, reaching high, and then bringing it through. So we're kind of in this runner's lunge. Just a nice breath there, and then stepping back to plank, knees down, child's pose again, rolling on up, down dog, one leg down dog, yeah, kicking that knee through, so we're in that runner's lunge, one breath, and then back into plank, and then knees down. Okay, nice work. All right, you can take a little breather. And if you want to sip of your water, that's great. But we're also going to just kind of keep hanging out here on the ground for a little bit longer. But I just need to grab my timer. And maybe a little sip of water while I'm over there. All right, so now we're going to roll over and we're going to be on your back. And we're gonna just start with a little hollow rock. And so you're gonna pull your feet up and you're gonna try to keep your low back on the ground. And you're just gonna tap your heels as you rock back. And then if you want, you could add your arms behind your head. But the goal here is just to really try to keep that low back glued to the floor as you're rocking. And we're gonna keep rocking for 3, 2, 1. Okay, then we're gonna stay down here and we're just gonna do some leg lifts. I like to put my hands under my butt for a little support on my low back. We're just gonna do some leg lifts. Pulling your legs up into into the air. And you can also bend your knees a little bit if you want. Kind of lead with your knees and kicking as high as you want. Maybe just a few inches off the ground, maybe all the way up, whatever you're feeling. All right, and then 3, 2, 1, you're gonna leave your feet up here, and we're gonna like tap your left toe with your right hand. Right toe, left hand, tap, 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 tap. All right, and then we're gonna do all of that again. So we're gonna go back to our little hollow rocks. Really trying to keep your low back on the ground. 3, 2, 1. Now our leg lifts. 3, 2, 1, and our toe taps. 3, 2, 1. One more time. Hollow rocks. And of course, taking short breaks as you need. Dying. 10 more seconds for your hollow rocks. 3, 2, 1. Leg lifts. 3, 2, 1. Toe taps. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Okay, we're gonna rest for 30 more seconds. And then we're gonna do 1 minute, but this time what you're gonna do is you're gonna start with a hollow rock. And you're gonna do 2 hollow rocks. 1, 2, and then you're gonna do 3 leg lifts. And then you're gonna finish with 6 little toe taps, and then you'll do it again. And we'll just do 1 minute as many times through as you can. So 2 hollow rocks, 3 leg lifts, 6 toe taps. Just 1 minute. Kind of like extra bonus reps after we did that 3 times. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go! So 2 hollow rocks, 3 leg lifts, and then 6 taps. And then try it again. And we got 30 more seconds. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, rest. You can roll over a little bit, a little cobra or whatever this one's called. Stretch out your midline a little bit. Wow. Okay, that burns. Nice work. That little core blast in the warm-up is kind of fun. I feel like it definitely gets my whole body warm. All right, and so we're gonna play around with a few movements for the next like 15 minutes, but I'll kind of show you what they are first so you can figure out what we're doing. And so first we're gonna do some push-ups. So they're gonna be on your knees. And the other thing you're gonna try to do is you're gonna try to bring your hands together so that they're like almost touching and your fingers are kind of close together and your thumbs are close together, so like making a diamond shape. And your goal on each one of these is to bring that shape like right down onto where your sternum is. And so that's kind of like your bottom spot for these ones. And what it's gonna do is it's gonna put a little bit more pressure on your triceps and just kind of change up our push-ups a little bit for today. And so you'll be on your knees and again making that kind of diamond shape and then really squeezing your midline. Even though you're on your knees, try to keep your hips up with your chest. Like almost lead with your chest on the way down using your core to keep your hips slightly off the ground. And then once you get down here, we'll push back up. And so once we get going, we'll just be doing these for time, so you can just kind of slow and steady go through reps once we get going. And also if you're feeling like you want to make them a little bit more challenging, as opposed to going up into that plank position, if you have like your weight or something with you, could, or even just like something that's not very heavy, you can try to put that on your back and see if you can't like balance it there or slash push up with a little bit more weight rather than going, whoopsie. Rather than going up into the plank, you can just add weight on your knees. Because again, we're gonna be doing reps for time, so I want you to be able to like slow and steady go through reps. So hopefully they're pretty manageable. Also, if they're still too hard, if they're on your knees and it's like, I can't do more than like 5, then you can add them to like a bench or a chair or something like that. A wall even would be fine, and you can just do them to a little bit of an elevated target. Question?
Heidi, can you mute yourself so that there's feedback?
Yeah, sorry, I thought I muted it and then I think it's like flipping itself in and out of video and maybe turning the mute on and off. So if it, sorry, turns off again, just tell me. Or it turns on. Anyways.
Thank you, Hides. I thought you said Chardy, which is awesome. I like that though, because yeah, anyway. Okay, next, we're gonna work on a little bit of a squat. Okay, this time what we're gonna do is you're gonna squat down, and once you get to the bottom, you're gonna do 4 lunges. So you're gonna stay down here in the bottom, but do 2 lunges per side, basically in this like crouched position, and then come back up again. Yeah, perfect. And again, we'll be doing them for time once we get going, so just kind of steadily moving through them. And if you need to take a break and kind of shake your legs out a little bit, of course that's okay. And then if you do have a little weight that you want to add, you could just hold it at your chest if you want to add weight to those. Okay, and then the last one we're going to do is, we did these a few weeks ago, I think, where we're going back into that lunge, but you're going to try to tap your knee on the ground and then stand back up. And it might be kind of challenging, and so you can get something, I have a pillow right here, you can get anything you want to add to make it like a little higher target, so you don't have to get all the way down there. Or you could also just go as low as you can, you know, if you don't have a target. But again, the idea is that you're trying to not tap with your foot first and put weight on your leg and then lower down. You're basically trying to get all the way down there on this standing leg so that you can tap at that low point, whatever that is, with your knee and then come back up. Or just kind of trying to keep your foot up in the air as you do that. But today, we're going to add a layer. So first of all, that's fine. You can just do those. But if you're ready to kind of go on to the next step, as you're standing up, you're just going to do a little jump and try to stay balanced and everything. And so again, if you want this higher target to aim for, that's fine. But then come up and jump, and then we'll switch legs. Keeping that toe up, getting your knee to that target, jump, trying to stay balanced on your landing. Yeah. And again, if you're not quite getting there, that's totally fine. Yeah, nice, Gina. That was great. That's perfect. Okay, and so what we'll do is, you're doing great. You're going to get plenty of reps, because what we're going to do is we're going to go each station for 45 seconds and then rest for 15 seconds. And we're going to do 5 rounds, so you get plenty of time. Actually, we're going to do 4 rounds for this part. Sorry, we're going to do 5 rounds for the next part. 4 rounds for this part. And, but yeah, so we'll just do reps for 45 seconds, starting with our diamond push-ups. 3, 2, 1, go. And again, just slow and steady with these, like you're definitely not trying to blow yourself out. Just nice and steady moving through each of these movements. keep your core tight on the push-ups. I feel like a lot of times we can forget how powerful it is to just keep that core tight, to keep those hips up in line with your shoulders as you're pushing up. And we're gonna do these for 15 more seconds. Three, two, one, rest. So we'll take a little break. And then next was our squat where we kind of stay crouched, do 4 lunges, and then stand back up again. 3, 2, 1, go. So it's squat, and then 4 lunges, and then stand. And that's 2 per side, 4 total. And then when you feel good, do another set. Seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, another 15-second break. And then we're going to do that toe up reverse lunge to a little jump. 3, 2, 1, go. And alternate each rep. And again, working balance and control here before speed. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, and that was the first set. And so we'll do it 3 more times. And again, if you want it to be harder, you can like add a little bit of weight.
Chardy, maybe silly question, but with the lunges, is my knee supposed to tap?
It can or it doesn't have to. Do you mean which ones? Sorry, in the 2nd minute or the 3rd minute?
2nd minute.
Either way is fine.
Okay.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, time for your push-ups. I think I was getting my knee all the way to the ground on those lunges. But just as long as you're staying in control and working a range of motion that like feels strong to you. You'll go 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Three, 2, 1, so we'll squat. And then yeah, on this one I was like lunging back and tapping my knee, but if you're not quite, that's fine. More seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. And then this one, toe up, little jump. 3, 2, 1, go. more seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. And back to the top. 2 more times. Doing great. Whoa. Okay, ready, set, go on your push-ups. Ten seconds. Three, two, one, rest. Squat to crouch lunge. 3, 2, 1, go. Three, two, one, rest. All right, our little toe up lunge to hop. 3, 2, 1, go. Three, two, one, rest. Okay, we will do one more time through. Three, two, one, push-ups. Three, two, one, rest. Air. Squatty lunges. 3, 2, 1, go. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. And our last minute with our toe up lunge with a hop. 3, 2, 1, go. Three, 2, 1, rest. Grab your water, stretch, stay loose. Okay, so today we're doing lots of lunging. Today was like lunge day, not lunch day. And so now you're gonna have your box or your step or a bench or whatever you have that will work. And also if you have nothing, that will be fine. We'll make it work. But so one thing we're gonna be doing today, and the next thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna have 1 minute and you're gonna do as many as you can. But you'll do your reverse lunge, so your toe is down. If your knee doesn't tap all the way to the ground, that's totally fine. But after you do your lunge, you're just gonna keep this back leg straight into your step up. And then you just like come back down. And then you'll switch legs. And so you'll lunge and then take that leg straight into your step up. And then back down. And so just another little lunge variation for us. And again, if you don't have a step, you could do, instead of your like lunge to that, you could just do the kneeling to standing, where you start kneeling and then stand up and then do a lunge step and then go back down to kneeling and then stand up and do a lunge step on the other side. So kind of doing kneeling to standing plus lunge as opposed to lunge plus step up. And so when you're ready, we're going to do 1 minute, as many of those as you can, and just alternate legs each time. Okay, you'll yell at me if you're not ready, right? Okay, we're gonna start in 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. So we'll go lunge right into the step up. And then switch legs. Okay, count how many you're getting. See how many you can get. I'm on 3. Seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, rest. And make a mental note of how many you got. And then the next movement that we're going to do after that is gonna be, you have 2 options. You can do, I don't think anyone has a jump rope, but you can do a pretend jump rope. So you just pretend to jump rope. Or if you want, you can just pat yourself 2 times when you jump 1 time. So You can pat your legs wherever you want, but you're trying to get 2 pats per 1 jump. Or again, just like pretend jump rope. Or if you really aren't in the running or the jumping place today, you could do little kicks on your box or into space. So you try a couple of those, make sure you're feeling good about that. Okay, and so what we're gonna do is you're gonna have 3 minutes. The first minute, we're gonna hold plank. High plank, low plank, side plank, whatever you want. You're just gonna try to hold plank, any variation of plank for as much of that minute as you can. Then we're gonna do 50 of whatever your thing was. Toe taps, pretend jumps, pat jumps. But you'll do 50 of whatever those are. And then you're gonna finish with whatever you just got on our lunge step thing. And then we're gonna start again at the top of the next minute. So hopefully you're getting like 20 seconds to rest at the end. And if you need to drop your reps down so that you get rest, like that's totally fine. Basically, the challenge to you is to try to get that number on your test every set. And if you can't, like, it's fine. Nobody cares. But it's just a little challenge for you. Okay, we're gonna start, and it starts with that plank hold. We're gonna hold plank in 10 seconds, as much of 1 minute as you can in plank. 3, 2, 1, go! Any kind of plank, just make sure you're active with your shoulders, really pushing the ground away, creating as much space as you can between your chest and the floor. Don't let your chest sink down to the floor. And then you're gonna keep your hips up high with your chest as well, belly button to spine, rib cage tucked into your belt. Focus on that breath. We're halfway through this plank. Ten more seconds. And then it's 50 of our jumps. 3, 2, 1, jumps. And you're trying to get that same number of lunge plus step ups. And we've got 1 minute left. And we've got almost, there's 20 seconds left. And so you're trying to have a little bit of rest at the end before we go into this next plank. So maybe take a breather if you're not resting yet. Because we're gonna start again in 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1, plank. Active shoulders, No sinking chests. Just think about your breath. $30 more seconds. And again, if you want to mix it up and go to one side, that's great. Any style plank that you want. High plank, low plank, side plank, star plank. For 10 more seconds. Three, two, one. Jumps. Oops. Seconds left. And you can try to get some rest. We got 20 seconds left. We're gonna do it 3 more times. 3 more times. Doing great. Make sure you get some rest. For those nice easy breaths. All right, back to our plank. 3, 2, 1. Go. Yeah, staying active with your shoulders. 30 more seconds here. Ten more seconds. Three, two, one. Transition to your jumps. One more minute. 30 more seconds. 20 seconds. And we got another plank hold coming up. 3, 2, 1, plank. Thirty more seconds. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Jumps. Arg. Seconds. Whew. All right, last set coming up. 10 seconds. Like this plank is burning my quads for some reason. 3, 2, 1. Go! Like this isn't the break for my legs. I wanted it to be. Doing great, everybody. Last set. Did a lot of other stuff so that this set would be hard. We'll just get reps when we can. Keeping your shoulders active. Belly button tight to the spine. 30 more seconds. Doing great. Keep breathing. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Jumps. 1 minute. Seconds left. Ten more seconds. And when you're done, you're done. The end. That was brutal.